Manga-Waido.
The name's Kazunori Ogata. I work full-time at a home improvement store near my place. Everything about me, including my academic background, is ordinary. But I do have one thing I'm proud of. I'm a professional when it comes to tropical fish. I've loved all living things ever since I was a child. I always volunteered in elementary school to take care of the class pets. When I got into middle school, I fell in love when I saw how beautiful tropical fish were. I remember I begged my parents until they finally gave in and bought me 2 cheap ones along with a fish tank. Now I've got many large water tanks and all sorts of tropical fish swimming in them. My room looks like a mini aquarium. So you see how I'm such a huge tropical fish geek? My sweet angels. Once I got into taking care of tropical fish, I spent less time with people. In the end, a lot of my friends left me. However, even I have a best friend. His name is Shigeta Sasaki. Shigeta lives near me, so we spent a lot of time at my place. What's this fish called? It's so pretty. Can I feed it, please? Yeah, sure. Shigeta's always complimenting my tropical fish. I think one of the reasons I worked so hard to raise him well was to impress him. I went to high school with Shigeta, but we went to different universities after graduating. I'm going to open my store and be rich one day! That's amazing! He decided to go to a university with a commerce department. As for me, I wanted to deepen my knowledge of living things. And so, I chose a university where I could focus on animal science. When I open my store one day, I want you to work there for me. I still remember him asking me that on the day I moved away. After I graduated from university, I came back to my hometown. That's how I ended up where I am now. The reason I applied for a job at a home improvement store was that I wanted to be in charge of the tropical fish sold here. They hired me, but they appointed me to the household goods section of the store. Welcome! But I'm satisfied with where I am at the moment. I still get to see the tropical fish every day. One day, I received a call from Shigeta for the first time in a while. Hey, I decided to open a store. Oh wow, congratulations! Kazunori, do you want to be my partner? Huh? He told me he was thinking of opening a store specifically for selling tropical fish. He was convinced that they'd be a huge hit. More people wanted pets, but dogs and cats were a challenge. Fish, on the other hand, are pretty easy to take care of. Remember how I promised you I would call you when I decided to open my store? Well, we didn't make any promises. But I was working at a home improvement store, unable to take care of the tropical fish there. It sounded like a dream come true. Okay, I'm in. Let's do it! I decided to help Shigeta with his store because it was something I wanted to do as well. We decided our store would be selling fish and reptiles. This is it! Whoa! Shigeta would be taking care of the lizards and turtles, while I would be taking care of the tropical fish and goldfish. You're free to do whatever you want with the tropical fish section. Just think of it as your home. Whatever I want to. That means I can design the place however I want to. I was thrilled. I had so many ideas in mind. I used my knowledge to the fullest and created an aquarium-like interior design. I ordered the classic tropical fish favorites as well as a selection of unusual fish and placed them in their fish tanks. This is amazing! Customers will love coming and spending time here! Your approval means a lot to me. Shigeta kept his word. I was happy to do everything I wanted. He was happy to see the results, and so was I. Wasn't sure if I went too all out, but I found out that my ideas were a success.
This tropical fish store! You gotta check it out! There were so many fish I'd never seen!
A customer who came in put up a picture of our store on his social media account. The picture was spread online immediately, and our store became famous among the tropical fish geeks. You know, it took 5 hours just to get here, but it was so worth it. Thank you so much. Customers from far away came down to see the place, and our fish was selling like crazy. We had to expand the tropical fish section because it was so popular. I'm making a store just for the tropical fish. Can you be the manager? Seriously? Thanks, man. I won't let you down. I'm counting on you. And so, I was finally living my dream. I was to be in charge of my paradise. I officially became the manager at the new store. I hired 10 employees who were crazy about fish. We worked hard to create the perfect place for the fish and the customers. It was everything I wanted. I was excited to show the world how these beautiful fish can positively affect people's lives. This fish has a weak stomach. Don't feed it too much. And we need to keep a close eye on the alkalinity of the water. Oh, that's probably a bacterial infection causing the tail to rot. You should use this medicine. If there's anything else, don't hesitate to ask me anytime. Being able to help the customers with my knowledge of tropical fish felt nice. Our store was receiving great feedback, and we had a good reputation.
This is a really great store. The manager gives you the best advice.
Whatever fish you were looking for, they've got it.
The store was doing great, and we were planning to open a second location. However, Shigeta started acting strangely. Why aren't the sales increasing at all, huh? It's great that you're having fun giving fish tips to the customers, but it's not helping with the profits. I'm paying you a lot of money. You should get me results. I understand. Shigeta was the CEO now, and that was all he talked about with me. I could understand where he was coming from. He was under a lot of pressure. However, I wanted to put the customer and the fish's happiness first. However, Shigeta was not happy with the way I handled things. One day, he set up a horrible trap, which I wasn't expecting at all.
Excuse me, I don't think I'm feeling very well. Can I go home early today?
I was going through my daily routine when Miss Matsudo, one of the part-timers, came to talk to me. Of course. You should go home and rest. Miss Matsudo was looking seriously ill. I was worried she might faint.
Manager, I don't think I can walk by myself. Can you take me home?
That don't sound good. Okay, let me get the car.
I really appreciate it.
Couldn't let her leave by herself, so I asked the other part-timers to watch the store while I took her back to her place. After that, I went straight back to the store since I had so much work to get done. However, I took 2 days of paid time off the following week, starting Monday. When I came back to the store on Wednesday, I noticed all of the employees acting strangely toward me. Is it just me, or are they avoiding me? I tried to brush it off, but they were still acting distant the next day. Hey guys! And so, I called one of them over to ask what was going on. Well, Miss Matsudo said that you forced herself on her the other day. What? I'm sorry. I know you're not the kind of person to do that sort of thing. I forced myself on her? What the heck? I wanted to ask why she was saying that to the others, but it was her day off. I was contemplating giving her a call to see what was going on when I got a phone call from Shigeta. You need to come down to the office. I need to talk to you. I could tell he wasn't calling me in just to have a chat. I started to feel uneasy, but I knew there was no way I could get out of talking to him. I was shocked to see Miss Matsudo standing next to Shigeta. Miss Matsudo told me something earlier.
It's true. The manager forced himself on me the day he took me home early.
This must be some kind of misunderstanding. I never laid a finger on her. Miss Matsudo, why are you making up stories? I cried out desperately to her, trying to get her to tell the truth. However, you have no idea how disappointed I am. You've committed a crime. You don't deserve to work with us. You need to write a letter of resignation now. No, you're fired. What about my side of the story? No thanks. I expect you to leave immediately. Shigeta pushed me out of his office and slammed the door in my face. What? Why? My life turned around abruptly. I lost all will to move. I sank into the ground with my head in my hands. Did you hear? Their manager made a move on one of the girls. Yeah, everyone knows. I heard he tried to steal the CEO's girlfriend. Miss Matsudo was not Shigeta's girlfriend. After hearing that, I started suspecting something. Shigeta. He framed me. The next day, I asked to meet Shigeta. I needed to find out the truth. I thought he'd be upset that I found out, but instead, he smirked and said, I I don't need you anymore. We have enough customers now. He even sounded proud of what he did. I've wanted you gone for a while now. The profits will increase if you're gone. I can't believe this. I helped you make this company as big as it is. You can't just cut me out. Do you know how many fish live in our tanks? I need to be there to make sure they're well cared for. I'll forget all about this incident if you just let me get back to working at the store. Please. Raising fish is easy. Just throw them in water and sprinkle the food. What? If we need help, we've got the internet. Do you even hear yourself? It's not that simple. Plus, everyone has heard about your inappropriate behavior. Nobody wants you here anymore. I was sure now. It was all part of his plan. But I wasn't worried about myself. I was worried about the fish. I asked Shigeta if I could buy all of the fish that had specific needs and special care required. Why would I let you buy them? I need them to get more customers. They're all living! They're not just tools to make more money! Shigeta just shut me down. He didn't care about the well-being of the fish at all. I'm sorry. Those fish are gonna die. I couldn't protect them. I'm sorry. I didn't know what else I could say. There was nothing I could do to save the fish. About a year later, I returned to the home improvement store I used to work at. I was watching the news while on my break when they were talking about law revisions regarding invading species in Japan. Somebody had thrown some tropical fish into a river. The invasive species reproduced, and they were now destroying the ecosystem. The laws were to forbid people from buying the invading species. How can people just throw out their pets like that? Ah, they're the tropical fish that Shigeta kept just to keep customers coming to the store. I had a bad feeling about it, and I was right. Shigeta called me later that day. I thought it'd be interesting to see what he had to say to me. I answered the phone, and Shigeta suddenly cried out, "Help me!" According to him, the sales kept decreasing after he let me go. They were getting more complaints from the customers, and the fish kept dying before they could sell them. He was losing money fast. Ah! It was exactly as I expected. The more money spent on getting the fish to the store, the more money they lose if they don't sell them. Plus, now the law was forbidding them to sell several species. People wouldn't be punished if they owned the specific species before the law took effect. However, fish stores weren't allowed to sell them anymore. That meant Shigeta had to sell all of the fish before the law became effective. What do we do, sir? Hello? The species he was talking about were expensive. Some even cost 1,000,000 yen. He was totally freaking out. You saw the news, right? Can you buy our fish, please? They're so hard to take care of. They're all starting to die. Why would I pay millions of yen just to buy fish that are about to die? You should know I don't have the money to buy all of them. You're the one who brought them to Japan in the first place! Well, you told me you wouldn't let me take them since you needed them to gather customers. He told me he wouldn't sell me the fish when I quit the company. Now he wants me to buy them because they're dying? No way! But I couldn't just do nothing and watch while precious lives went to waste. Fine. I'll do my best to cure and take care of the fish until they're all sold. But I ain't doing it for free. I will pay you. After that, I tried my best to keep the fish alive. However, they were kept in such horrible environments, and there was only so much I could do. Only 10% of the fish made it. It wasn't just the fish, neither. The store had lost all its customers since they had such a bad reputation now. Nobody was willing to pay such a high price to risk going against the new law. In the end, none of the fish ended up purchased. I did everything I could. I'll be leaving now. Good luck with everything, Shigeta. The payments! How am I going to pay for everything? I heard him mumbling something, but I ignored him. It wasn't my business anymore. After that, I was surprised to find out Shigeta got arrested for violating the Invasive Alien Species Act. As it turns out, Shigeta kept the illegal tropical fish. He was caught trying to sell them illegally. A customer who noticed something shady called the police on him. And that was the end of him. Shigeta's company had to shut down completely. He ended up deep in debt. On top of that, he had to pay a fine for breaking the law. Tens of millions of yen. I think he deserved everything he got. Nobody should get away with treating lives like trash. As for me, I'm planning to open my tropical fish store when I save up enough money. This time, I won't let anything ruin my efforts in creating my perfect paradise. I made a vow to myself to create a place where the fish, the employees who love the fish, and the customers can all be happy and fulfilled.